Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified. I'm Shaveen Bandaranayak. You have gone through the substantive law, you've understood the subject matter in whatever subject that you're currently studying and preparing for. You've even gone through past examination questions or assignments, and you've tried to formulate your answer scripts based on a number of resources that you've gotten accustomed to, that you've gotten access to, and so on. But a common question that often lingers in the mind's eye of a student is, have I done enough? Now, what I mean by this is not in relation to the study or the preparation aspect of it. Those have been tackled ad nauseum at different stages on this very channel as well. What I mean by this is something that's often overlooked until the very last minute. Essentially, this relates to the uncertainty that exists in the student's mind in relation to their actual response itself to a question. That gut feeling you get at the end of the final words of the final paragraph of your response, where you look back at the response itself, at your answer to the scenario presented to you, and you think to yourself, have I written enough? Have I said enough? What more could I do and say? This video is intended to give you a broad stroke understanding of a litmus test, so to speak, that you can question yourself with to determine if you've covered all the bases and then gone above and beyond. Now, generally speaking, there are a number of ways that you can feel confident and comfortable about the responses that you provide an examiner at an examination or an assignment submission stage. The one particular manner in which you can be confident and comfortable with the responses that you are providing to an examiner is to ask yourself whether you have incorporated these three fundamental elements. First, have you shown the examiner that you are aware of the parties and their relationship to one another? Second, have you indicated that you have a knowledge and understanding of the primary and secondary areas of law as it applies to the scenario presented to you? Thirdly, have you identified and tackled the fundamental issues of this question? Now, as simple and as direct as these three questions and the requirements may seem to you, when you look at a problem-based scenario, specifically in relation to an examination context, many students fluster and fall short of the requirement because they get overwhelmed by the question presented to them. This is why on a number of occasions I have mentioned to students both in my fast track as well as the masterclass programs, and on a number of occasions through videos on this very channel as well, that it is doubly more so important to have a comprehensive introduction in place. On the one hand, to show your examiner that you know your law and how to apply it, and on the other hand, for yourself as well, to structure and give you guidance on how best to tackle this question. What I often see when I go through scripts by students and provide feedback reports for them is that the answers that start off phenomenally well trail off towards the middle and then almost non-existent towards the end, primarily because the student has lost his way. This primarily is due to the fact that the student has lost confidence in his ability to tackle the entirety of the question. And you can actually read in the words themselves where he has lost track and looks back at the actual script that he has written, trying to change stances and positions that he's already held. This is a very quick video to try and dispel the uncertainty that exists with students in relation to the scripts that they present, the responses to problem-based questions that they provide to examiners. Specifically in the context of whether they've done enough, whether they've said enough, whether they've covered their bases. Fundamentally, as long as you've shown the examiner that you've understood who the parties are and their relationship to one another, the primary and the secondary areas of law being examined, as well as the fundamental issues in the question itself and how you intend to tackle them, you're good to go. I've launched a brand new platform where you can get access to pre-recorded masterclasses and fast-track programs, as well as workshops where we hone our techniques, so to speak, in relation to tackling problem and essay-based questions. You can access those through the links in the description below or through the link that will appear on screen right now. But until the next time that we meet, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.